Hey, what's up guys, it's Fish here and welcome back to another online battle for Total War Warhammer. We are back with a Norska versus Norska engagement on a pretty cool custom map battle. Again, you can kind of see that the map is designed to be somewhat of like a terrain fortress there, whereas it doesn't really have a lot of defenses through like walls, but the terrain almost acts as a defense, which I thought was kind of cool. And hopefully this will be a really exciting battle because I believe everyone is bringing like everything they can. No one is holding back in this engagement, and it's not too often you get to see a 24-minute long kind of just normal vanilla Warhammer battle, so it should be good. So make sure to drop a like and a comment down below if you're looking forward to this. So let's start off by running through the army comps really quickly. We'll basically just kind of get a general idea of what each army is bringing. So this army on the far left we can see has a whole load of these marauders with great weapons. That's going to be their main line of infantry with a giant leading up the rear there. Then we have kind of the stronger marauders with shields just to be more of the absorbing force. We also have some of the Norscan Ice Trolls. I really love the Norscan Ice Trolls as they apply that speed debuff. If you get stuck into battle with them, you better beat them, otherwise you're just going to lose. We also have these Thermir warriors with great weapons. I love the great kind of like maces they have there. And then we have the Marauder Javelins and Frog back here. I believe this battle was kind of like a clash of the Northern Kings, you know, between Frog and Wulfric to see who will become like the top dog in the wastelands to the north. So I guess that's kind of the main storyline behind this battle. And also, if you guys have any more replays, whether it's Warhammer, whether it's, you know, Third Age, whether it's Medieval 1212, anything, do make sure to join my Discord down below and send them in, and just make sure to give me an idea of what the battle is, what mods you used, and kind of like what happened in the battle a little bit. And that would be awesome, guys, if you could do that. In the second army, we have some Javelin men. We have some more Marauder champions. So these guys are the elite heavy infantry of Norska. We also have a few wizards and champions here. This obviously Skinwolf looks absolutely monstrous. I'm sure he'll do loads of damage. We have some more of these Thermir warriors. I don't know how to pronounce that, probably butchering it. We also have some more marauders with great weapons. In the final army, we have some more ice trolls, loads of Skinwolves in this army. We have 2 units here, and I imagine more around the flank as well. Yeah, another one all the way over here. We have some more ice trolls, some more heavy infantry, and that kind of makes up the rest of the armies. I obviously would have put up all the pictures on the screen for you guys, so you guys could check it out for yourself. Then for the defending armies, we have more Skinwolves. I also like how the Skinwolves armored variant just kind of has like a bit of cloth and like one bit of armor on them, and they're classed as an armored unit. We then have a Mammoth. Oh, we actually have Soul Crusher. This is the Regiment of Renowned Mammoth, which is awesome. Another giant. We have lots of infantry stationed over on each kind of portion, along with some heavy infantry and kind of javelins as well over on the high ground. Then finally, we will continue to go over. We have more Marauder champions with great weapons, another Soul Crusher, which is cool. We also have some more Regiments of Renown, more heavy infantry. Basically, just kind of like archers guarding the high, or like javelins guarding the high ground, infantry guarding the choke points. And that is pretty much the forces. So let's get this battle started by, I guess, this first little engagement right here, as we have the Skinwolves charging in against the Marauder cavalry. Or are these guys just going to throw their javelins and get out of here? I imagine they must be faster than the Skinwolves, as the Skinwolves do lay pursuit. And oh, that's just deadly right there. The amount of javelins coming in must have caused quite a bit of damage off of this. Oh, not too much damage actually. They did manage to take down one of them. And yeah, these guys are in a bad situation. They can't stick around here because they're just going to get shot to pieces. And that's not really going to go too well for them. Oh, we also have some of the Skinwolves over here as well pushing out, actually trying to engage along with some of the Miststalkers as well. I guess these guys have Vanguard deployment, but I imagine we're not going to see too much from these guys, so they're just going to get surrounded and taken care of, as we do have a Marauder champion or a Marauder lord on a chariot right here, the Chieftain coming in. This is why I never really liked these assaults where you Vanguard deploy, unless you can take out something really expensive. I've never really kind of saw the use of doing something like that. I always just felt like it was kind of just almost a waste of units, because, you know, they're just going to get surrounded and killed by being completely outnumbered. And unless you can kill, like, fully kill off like a trebuchet or like a Hellstorm rocket battery, it's just better just to use that unit just to kind of fight with the rest of your forces. Marauder horsemen are now pushing in. I imagine the Iceborne Marauders, these guys do have shields, so that's pretty decent, but they're still going to be melted by the javelins. Unfortunately, yeah, these guys are going to be a bit outmatched. just because there's nothing they can do about it. But that's what they're there. They're here for, just to literally absorb this ammunition, because they'd much rather that than, say, the unit of skin wolves. However, they could definitely, oh, that's exactly what they're doing. I was about to say they could move over some of their flying units to go and harass these guys and push them off, which is exactly what happened. And they could also move over some, you know, throwing units like these marauder hunters who throw their axes or the javelins to help scare off the horses. And I think the dragon is literally going right for it now. We do have a unit of Miststalkers in the woods right here. That could be a little troublesome because the Miststalkers are armor piercing. But just like the dragon is just going to go on a hot pursuit. I mean, these javelins could turn round, but get some nice javelin throws off, yeah. Not really doing much damage. I guess a lot of the scales are just, you know, protecting the dragon itself as it does descend upon these guys. I imagine plenty of reinforcements are going to be on the way to try and take care of this frost dragon as quickly as possible. But any damage this thing can do, I mean, you look at after the first couple throws, they do so much damage to this thing. It is losing a lot of HP all of a sudden, which is not too healthy. We get our first little engagement over on this right-hand side now as well. We can go look over here. The Marauders are fighting along with the Skin Wolves and all the Ice Trolls as well. The Javelins proving their worth. Javelins are just such good anti-large infantry. God, sorry, I'm going to have to turn this down. I'm not sure if it's just me or if the sound is actually really loud, but yeah, we're going to turn it down by a notch. So I remember turning it up last episode. Maybe that was a mistake. That sounds much better. Oh, wow. These Ice Trolls actually completely routed from the battlefield. That is huge. Instead of them just regenerating, they're actually just fully routed. I think a Hell Cannon maybe hit that. Do they have a Hell Cannon? Oh, no, it must have been a Sorceress maybe routing it. But we look at the defending Norscan infantry is holding the line, pushing back the Skin Wolves. They've got a Giant coming up and helping them. And you can just see the damage that thing does do. No mercy whatsoever. I imagine the Norscan, like in like proper battles, the Norscan versus Norscan engagements would be the most horrific. Maybe like Norscan versus Chaos, because these they're just two like warrior societies who just, you know, just absolutely go toe to toe and do horrific things to each other. The amount of javelins coming in from both sides is just crazy. I wonder how much here. Just look at the HP just melt from this giant unit. I mean, it is still doing plenty of damage, but just look at that. Like, after they kind of got their first couple volleys off, it just gets absolutely crazy. Back on this right side, again, the Skin Wolves are getting cut down by more infantry. Maybe they are managing to inflict a lot of damage here. Again, I just feel like it's just not great because you always end up getting surrounded and killed by multiple units. But, I mean, if they can do damage, this is great damage right here by the Skin Wolf. And if you can continue on doing that, then that's, you know, that's great. The more damage they can inflict, the better. But yeah, as you can see, a lot of their troops are having to retreat, and now this right flank is a little bit weaker. We continue to go back to the stage of engagements right now. We can really see that they have managed to finally break through here, and they're going to be pushing on. The Javelins are retreating back as far as they can. And the next line of defense does start clashing. I think the Miststalkers, yeah, the Miststalkers are going to be holding the line for as long as they can here. They are up against a unit with great weapons. Again, the great weapons will be doing awesome amounts of damage to the Miststalkers. And obviously they have so much more heavy infantry reinforcement. You can see all of these guys pouring in. And if this army on the far right can actually get up here with their javelins, they can rain down javelin fire on this entire group of infantry. But again, this army does look somewhat weakened. There's not a whole load of this infantry left. So if I was this army kind of attacking, I wouldn't bother going through this gate here. I'd push all my forces up around this right side using the missile support. Because I feel like if you just push through here, you just don't have a lot of infantry left. That's a nice little vortex spell going off there. Reducing back these brutes of the Hound down to half health. No one else is engaged quite yet. Oh, we're about to see the first little engagement over on this right-hand side. I love this little part of the map here with the lava going underneath. With like a chaos shrine or a shrine right here. This looks really cool. I like this a lot. And we kind of just have the bridges, like the land bridges going across. I think that's an awesome way to spice up the map. Yeah, so these two armies haven't engaged yet. They're just slowly making their way towards each other. And the main fighting seems to just be over here on this right-hand side. The Miststalkers are holding their own, which is really surprising. I hope the Miststalkers just get completely outmatched by the amount of numbers coming their way. But I guess these javelins have definitely helped out to reduce the numbers. But even still, the Miststalkers have just held firm. How many men have they killed? They've only killed 59, which isn't that great. And they're also getting some good charges off on these javelins as well. Oh, if they can run through onto the javelins and just deal with them before they get to use any of this ammunition, that would be absolutely huge. They are deciding to push forward everything though now. I think they know that if they don't push through everything now, they might lose it. Oh, these forces are actually retreating. Why are these guys retreating? I guess they're falling back over here. I think they definitely could have held that in a position. I guess maybe losing this is bad because, as I was saying, they could use the javelins just to rain down on their backs and they get surrounded. So I think this is a good tactical withdrawal there by the defenders. That makes a lot of sense. Oh no, these Marauder champions are getting sliced and diced by the javelins. That's not good. This battle has definitely been like the key factor of the battle so far have definitely been the javelins from both sides. The defenders and the attackers using them really, really well. Using them even to soften up the defensive force. Oh my god, it's like the Miststalkers just run straight through the line. The Giant's going to get involved. The Giant's not really doing great against these guys, if I'm honest. But the Giant is... Oh, actually, I say that was a big hit. The javelins again as well coming in. I feel like that's kind of like the only way to really do damage against these large creatures from Norska. They do definitely seem to work, you know, it seems to be a good thing just to melt. Well, these skin wolves from the defenders here, the skin wolves are being pushed in. They do need to be somewhat careful not to get any friendly fire. That can be quite a big issue, but just kind of committing more infantry in from the horsemen. And it's kind of good because the horsemen are managing to use all their ammunition. A big ass push for over here on this right side. Giants coming in. There's not enough here. More of this infantry needs to get sent because soon enough they're just going to break through the lines. You can see that the infantry coming in, all fire and frost, fire and ice I should say, meeting right here as the ice trolls run forward onto the next line of these marauders. That is not too healthy. And again, the attackers seem just to be breaking through these formations really with ease. Just using the large amount of their army just to kind of use weight of numbers and just break the lines. But I feel like that's kind of an underrated tactic on Warhammer, which not a lot of people really think about. Is if you break up the formation, you end up doing a lot more damage. So sending in like a large unit just to kind of break the defensive line and then pushing on your infantry just allows your infantry to really get stuck in against the enemy line. So the fallback position here on this right side, or I guess on the left side if we're looking from a point of view of the defenders, seems to be holding, if I'm honest. They've got a lot of people left. And if they were just to simply push out now, you know, use their mammoth just to break the lines and go after all these javelins, I think they'd be able to kill them really, really quickly. We do have to deal with an enemy general though. Oh, frogs up here. Okay, that's not too good. They need to use all their javelins. That's exactly what they're doing. Pushing all their javelins down onto Frog. Trying to kill him as quickly as possible. And it's a dangerous thing about committing Frog. Is if you leave him alone for too long, the javelins will just kill him. And you can see him starting to be retreated. But it's exactly the same over here as well. If you leave Soul Crusher just alone by herself, then all these javelins are just going to destroy her. So you kind of have to be very, very kind of careful with where you commit these units. It's interesting to see, you know, that these guys are having like their own little battle right now. And also more forces have retreated over here as well. So by the looks of it, the defenders are almost giving up their outer defenses and just deciding to fall back and use a bit of more defensible cover, which I definitely cannot complain about. There's no point holding a position if you have lost it. Is Soul Crusher going to be retreating back or not? Again, I really do enjoy like the additions of these map changes as well. I'll obviously make sure to leave a map in the description down below so you guys can check it out for yourselves. Are these Marauder champions or are these Marauder... Yeah, these are Marauder champions, so this is some pretty good infantry for Norska. Oh, you can also see a dead giant right there. I'm surprised you can't just... Oh, I'm surprised you can't just see a million javelins coming out of his body, because I imagine that would be the case. Are they holding? They actually managed to hold on this right flank. Very nice. There's a few like infantrymen still left remaining, but holding, like preventing them from getting outflanked right now, like at this exact moment, is really important. Because if they could have got these horsemen round the back, started hitting all of his infantry, That could have been pretty deadly. And again, this side seems to be doing a great job. However, they're about to be 2v1'd, I imagine, very, very soon. They're forming up right here as more of the javelins do come in. Oh, whose general went down? Did Frog go down? I think Frog might have gone down here. I can't really see him like laying down, but I assume he has, because I'm pretty sure that thing is a different color if it's an enemy or ally. And they're going to be pushing on the advantage. I assume he has died because I cannot see him. Yeah, the enemy general here, or the allied chieftain, is right here. And they're seizing this opportunity just to simply push forward and try and break the army right now. And they need to, because they need to send reinforcements over here. It looks like they're trying to cut off some of the infantry over here with the Iceborne Marauders. Javelin fire as well, right in the side. That is deadly. And kind of just trying to get these guys off it. Oh, here we go. I love that spell. It's just so goddamn cool. And it just goes off into another vortex. I love that spell by Ulfric. I think that is so nice. Oh yeah, here's Ulfric as well on a mammoth. He has to be careful with this. He does have to be really careful. Are they going to commit more men out here? I kind of feel like this is a half-assed attack, if I'm honest. They're going to commit a few soldiers, but they're just going to come into the same problems that they did, you know, when they first moved out. They're just getting surrounded by an entire army right now, and their troops are just ill-supported. Like, Wolfric is just going to get shot to pieces. You can see the amount of javelins coming in. Look at this. And he's just taking so much damage, whereas if they would have brought out the entire army, they could have, you know, better supported him, got some more infantry onto the javelin men. Oh, the right flank over here has finally fallen now, as more of the soldiers do push in. The giant and the so are retreating. They have to be careful not to get charged in the back. Has the right flank been won yet, out of interest? Yeah, Wolfric's going to go down. I guess that's a price to pay to just ill to commit him. And over here seems to be routing as running out of men. I think they're running out of men on both sides, though. But they're clumping up their soldiers is not a good idea, because what remains of these javelins will just finish these dudes off. And because they're so slow because of the Norscan ice trolls, I think the attackers might win this battle right here. Just because there's, you know, they've still got although javelins are out of ammunition now, but I don't know. This battle on this left side has actually been really, really even. There are some more reinforcements coming over, I imagine, from the center. A unit of Marauder champions with great weapons. So I think this will be enough to turn the battle in the favor of the attackers on that side, at least. Yeah, Wolfric is still alive, but just. He's actually coming back as well to the battle. Maybe if we could get a charge right through this battle line, that'd be a good idea. This is so brutal as well. The great weapon infantry just chasing down these javelins. If they want to win, every javelin is really, really important. And the rest of the infantry is just simply getting cut down still. So we'll continue to look over here as the Marauders with great weapons really come in and clean up the battle. There is still one unit of Marauder champions, though. These guys aren't great weapons, but they're going to be able to come into the backers and pick off a few of these great weapon Marauder champions as they could continue just to chase down these javelin men, who I imagine will start running away any second now. And they're going to turn and fight. I mean, that's not a bad idea. They haven't got that much ammunition left. They can still get some pretty deadly throws off and then use their infantry to come in the back as well. If I was them, I'd maybe just hold firm. So they're out of ammunition. They maybe have one throw left. And yeah, the rest of this death ball of heavy infantry just seems to be running from side to side. It looks like they've managed to win on the left flank. So I guess these guys have to rush back to the main engagement, because these two armies are forming up, and the defending two armies are retreating back and forming up. So this is going to be really interesting to see who kind of comes out on top. And I like the way how both people are being somewhat strategic and planning their moves together almost. These guys have kind of been working together really heavily. The battle over here was very much by itself, you know, 1v1, and this has kind of been a 2v2. But both sides, you know, decided to retreat back or form up or wait for each other, and that's always good to see. I always like seeing teamwork happening in these battles. The Brutes of the Hound are coming round the flank. Wolfric is still alive as well, somehow. Wolfric is alive. He needs to retreat the hell back, though, before more of these missiles come in, before this Skinwolf does kill him. Because the Skinwolf's charge can maybe do enough damage to finish him. As it continues to chase him down. Yeah, you can see his HP going. The Frost Dragon coming in, sending the Skinwolf to the ground. We're not really doing any damage to him whatsoever. But Wolfric does get out, and I guess that is the main part of that plan. So the rest of the armies are forming up now for their last stand. This is going to be a close-ass battle, I think. 800 to... It sounds like the enemy, the attackers, have so many more troops left, but... It's still giving balance of power being pretty even. I think these troops need to hurry the hell up and get over here. So this could be really useful. Coming into the flank of the enemy ranks. They are actually charging out as well, or at least forming up. Now this is a risky move, forming up this tight. The javelins, look how much ammunition they have left. And then all committing on this one unit right here. This is dangerous. I imagine we're going to see a ton of javelins coming in. Yeah, there we go. The javelins are starting to come in. Oh, nice. Ice and fire once again. So the infantry is going to be running on. The javelins, look at this. This is like Fall of a Samurai right now. Then the infantry comes flying in. And they're just going to full on surround this infantry unit. This is just way too clumped up right now. They're going to get surrounded and dispatched with ease. More of the infantry are coming in, I guess, for this last stand. We obviously have the army on the far left as well, moving in with a lot of their creatures, which they still have left. We also have a unit of Marauder champions and some skinwolves still left remaining. And they're going to sweep around this left flank, kind of just cut off any retreat this infantry had. But you can already see how quickly the infantry's just been surrounded and torn apart by javelin fire. Yeah, they did not stand a chance. They just got enveloped within seconds of that first engagement. Just being that clumped up really did not help them out against either the javelin fire or the infantry of the attackers. Wulfric is still alive back there, though. You can see Wulfric up on his mammoth. Yeah, the Norscan infantry is going to be running. There is still a vortex coming down, doing a bit of damage. But this looks like all they have. They do obviously have the reinforcements coming over as well. But there's not a lot left, really, for the attackers at all. Or for the defenders, I should say. They have a few full health creature units, which is pretty good. The rest of the infantry, I think they're just waiting for these guys to get as close as possible to them before having any more engagements. Which might be a good idea for the attackers, just to simply push the advantage whilst they have it. Because, once this army turns up, they're going to be pretty combined. Oh, here we go. They're actually going to be trying to push out right now, completely leaving their rear. And these guys are just simply retreating back. And we have the last kind of engagement, I guess this will be, coming in as we have the Skinwolves and Mammoth. Oh, the Mammoth just tearing through the Marauder infantry line. Lovely. And the Chieftain getting stuck in as well. God, Mammoths are so awesome. If you don't have anything to deal with them, which unfortunately it does look like they do have something to deal with them here. With the javelins. But if you don't have anything to deal with the Mammoth, and the Mammoth can literally just tear through your infantry line. That is brutal. These guys are turning up now as well. I imagine just to come into the back. And yeah, everything that is left is being committed to this engagement right here. The Frost Dragon, the Mammoths, Wulfric himself is even getting stuck in. I don't know, I've never really seen the Frost Dragon as well do too much damage to infantry before, or to anything. Like, in all the battles I've seen it, I've never really seen it really go in and get a ton of kills. Wulfric is causing a nuisance in this back line, but I think it's going to be only a matter of time until he does go down. One of the lords does go down, and the Chieftain is actually so goddamn low. If he went down before this guy, then maybe they could have caused a mass rout on this infantry line. They are actually chasing him down with everything they have. I think they know that the only way they're going to win is if they can somehow rout him, and they get a bit lucky. But the infantry over on this side is actually already starting to rout. It actually is already routing, even though they're not even in combat. That's not looking good for the defenders. They are breaking this somewhat. There's just so much infantry still left remaining on this left-hand side. Like, so much infantry left remaining. They're going to be trying to silence it. I mean, this unit of Mist Warriors right here. I believe this is Mist Warriors, yeah? Mist Stalkers, sorry. There's just so... The Mist Stalkers are still full HP. But again, it's just the Javelins. They pull so much weight in these battles. Because I guess Norsca don't have a lot of cavalry to really silence them. Whereas someone like the Empire, who do have like Reichsguard and Empire Knights, will be able to deal with these guys. I guess the Empire bring a lot less javelins or a lot less creatures as well. And the undead can kind of deal with all these missiles by using their flying creatures and by using raised dead behind the flanks. They actually managing to rout them. So yeah, I can't really see the defenders standing a chance. If you have a balance of power, it's still so even. I really don't understand how it is so even, though. No, it's 285 men to 900. Granted, we do have some creatures left, but surely that's not enough to warrant this much of a balance of power. Yeah, I guess as soon as these creatures do start to go down or rout, then that's going to be bad. I mean, I guess having Wulfric still alive is still a good boost right there to the balance of power, as he does just come in and crush a lot of the enemy. Beautiful, very, very nice. And that's going to be it, I think, for the battle. There's still some of these chariots around. They're going to be causing a bit of a nuisance, maybe racking up a few more kills. These chariots are actually really good. I've noted that they do kind of stick around for a long time. But a valiant defeat is going to occur, and the attackers are going to win the battle. Let's look at the kills, because I'm looking forward to seeing who really racked up the most. Wulfric getting 72, considering he went in like an absolute madman into the abyss, he definitely did prove his worth. Some Marauder champions doing good, 134 kills, very nice. A lot of the creatures just didn't seem to be able to do a lot because of all the javelins coming in for both sides. This unit right here managed to get 106 kills, nice. Over here, 161 on the Marauder champions. Anyone else beat that? 118 on the Lord, that's kind of good. That's very good, 116 there. Blue Lotus, did he rack up any more kills? By the looks of it, didn't get over 100 and, what was it, 100 and... Was it this guy? 161, yeah. He did get 134, which is good. Oh, 152 on this this Shaman of Death. Almost. So cool, hopefully you guys enjoyed this battle. If you did, make sure to drop a like and a comment down below. Let me know what factions you want to see clashing on what custom maps and, you know, what scenarios. Do give me some ideas down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time, and fish out.